brave soul. Welcome to Healing Conversations, the space where we speak honestly about our pain, honor our growth, and learn how to choose wholeness without apology. I am Jabu, and I'm so glad you're here. So for the longest time, there was a subconscious part of me that was always afraid that after being seen, fully seen, the messy, complicated, raw parts, the parts that survived childhood trauma, a broken family, abuse, financial struggles, and the fear of abandonment, that I'll be rejected. And here's the thing, I know that I'm not alone. I know that so many of us carry survival strategies that kept us alive, but now make it hard to receive peace, love, and steadiness. We cling too hard, we push away, we expect chaos because that's what our nervous system is used to. That's what it knows. But what happens when we finally meet someone or a moment that asks us to relax, to trust, to receive? That's what today's episode is all about. Moving from surviving chaos to receiving peace. Relearning to trust ourselves and love again. So if you recognize these patterns in yourself, hear this. Your nervous system does what it needs to survive. That's adaptive intelligence. It's not shameful. It's not wrong. In fact, that's the foundation from which healing can grow. Many of us too often confuse our survival strategies with our worth. And that confusion keeps us stuck in cycles of fear, chaos, and unsteady love. So let me start with a bit of vulnerability. My story is messy. I'm a survivor of child sexual abuse. I grew up in a family that didn't talk, didn't nurture, and didn't protect. I had a child out of wedlock. I've been through relationships where I clung too tightly or pushed people away. I've struggled financially, and many times I questioned my worth as a mother. But I want to be very clear. All of this shaped me. And here's the truth. All of the ways I acted, the clinginess, the need for reassurance, the pushing away, the over-functioning, the over-apologizing, these were not flaws. They were subconscious survival strategies, and they kept me alive. Then comes the confusing part. Peace, stability, consistency, all things we really want, but we're not used to because we've never experienced them. We've never experienced someone calm, who shows up, who communicates clearly, who respects our boundaries, and that messes with our nervous systems. I recently met someone, no names obviously, who is steady, not in a rush, and present. At first, my nervous system was confused. I didn't know what to do. Chaos is what I'm familiar with, so peace felt suspicious. Like, what is he up to? Is he really interested? I've always only known danger, and it became magnetic. So this calmness felt odd. And this is what I realized after a few therapy sessions. My body has been trained to expect drama. steadiness and calm, a huge contrast. And this is exactly why peace can feel confusing at first, because it's so unfamiliar. And if you've survived chaos, you might recognize this too. When someone doesn't activate your trauma, it feels almost wrong. This is because your body is learning a new language, the language of attachment, not survival. So why does trust feel so difficult after hurt? It's because trauma rewires the brain. Research has shown that trauma changes the amygdala and prefrontal cortex. The amygdala is like the brain's alarm system. It's a tiny part of the brain that detects threats, triggers emotions like fear, anger, and plays a big role in emotional responses. And the prefrontal cortex, on the other hand, is like the brain's CEO. It's involved in decision making, planning, impulse control, and regulating emotions, like keeping the amygdala in check. So basically, the amygdala reacts and the prefrontal cortex thinks. After trauma, though, the amygdala can become hyperactive, making you more reactive to threats even if they're not there. You suddenly have heightened anxiety or jumpiness. My decision-making ability was the worst hit after the initial trauma of being sexually abused was triggered by my first boyfriend abandoning me. You see, I was so completely infatuated by him. My whole world revolved around him. You know, that first puppy love. So when he went off to the army, promising he would be in touch, and when he got back, we would get married, then deliberately going quiet on me, only me, I was absolutely devastated. I became hyper vigilant. My brain went into overdrive, making me more reactive instead of responsive. I started making impulsive decisions based on fear, anxiety, and wanting to be wanted, which is how I ended up in a compromising situation with someone I'd only known less than a month, that they ended up forcing themselves on me, which sent me into further spiral with the loop thought, you're not good enough for anything good. These words had been told to me over and over growing up by my mother, and now life seemed to be proving her right. Of all my siblings, I was the one who had been chosen, in inverted commas, for molestation. The guy I'd kept myself pure with just up and left me. No explanation, nothing. Then now, this new guy was already in my pants. Within about 2 weeks of getting to know him, plus he was verbally and physically abusive, not to speak of sexually. Things I would never have done in my right state of mind, I found myself doing. That's how badly my decision-making ability was hit. Then there's emotional dysregulation, which affects our ability to regulate emotions. So decisions might be driven more by feelings than logic. Then there's cognitive fog. This impairs concentration and working memory, making it hard to weigh options or think clearly. Avoidance, as in its name, avoids decisions altogether to escape discomfort or uncertainty. I'm sure we all know someone like this. All these things can lead to things like overthinking, which is endless analysis due to fear of making the wrong decision, people pleasing, prioritizing others' needs over your own just to avoid conflict. Impulsivity, which is acting quickly to escape anxiety or discomfort. So, after trauma, trust is equal to danger in the nervous system. These attachment patterns then end up shaping our perception of people. When we're anxious, people feel unpredictable. When we're avoidant, people feel distant. And when we're disorganized, we have a longing and fear for people both at the same time. Emotional suppression blocks connection. Suppressing grief reduces the ability to experience people fully. The nervous system needs safety to reconnect. True connection requires openness and vulnerability. So trusting yourself and people again isn't about forcing things. It's about creating safety in your heart. And this is where lament as such a sacred practice comes in. Lament is not rebellion or weakness. It's honest dialogue with God about our pain. In 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 10, Hannah wept in bitterness of soul. And her vulnerability with God resulted in her being granted her request. Throughout the Psalms, we see David crying out and questioning God. Jesus too expressed anguish in Gethsemane. So how or why does lament restore trust? Lament restores trust because it makes time to honor our grief and not to just ignore it. It helps us show up authentically to ourselves, to God, and to others. It also helps us release unprocessed grief. Another benefit of the practice of lament is that it helps us to align our emotions with God. It creates space that allows you to feel again. Lament is sacred because it says, God, I'm hurting. I need you. And I refuse to bypass this pain. It helps us honor our pain. So here's an exercise for you. Write down the raw emotions that you're feeling right now. Dare to face them and write them down. The questions or the struggles with God. And then take time to reflect on scriptures or quotes that speak directly to those questions or those struggles and that pain. For example, Psalm 13 says, "How long, O Lord?" You could start there and just cry out to God about how long you have to feel this hurt and this pain. Or you could pick scriptures like Isaiah 43 verse 2 to 3, which talks about God's presence in times of hardship. Or Psalm 34 verse 18, which talks about God's nearness. Take time to reflect on what these words mean to you in your context. How do they make you feel? And allow yourself to sit with that for some time. Take time to connect with nature. Spend some time outdoors. Hear the birds chirping. Notice beauty. The beauty of the sky, the trees, the greenery, and reflect on God's faithfulness and how great He is. Also, take time to talk to someone about what you're dealing with, someone who understands trauma and faith and trust, someone who is trustworthy. They can help you navigate complex emotions. And finally, acknowledge God's faithfulness. Because the truth is, no matter how bad things are right now, how painful the situation is, how much pain you're in, you have experienced God's faithfulness, His provision, His love, His kindness, His protection in the past. Allow yourself to recall those times and realize that He is still the same God, even now. So when we do start encountering these peaceful moments, these peaceful people, let's remember that a perfect person does not exist. And chasing after perfection is actually exhausting. But a whole person, someone who shows up, who co-carries life, someone who integrates complexity and is respectful of your boundaries, doesn't panic when life is messy. Now that's real. That's attainable. Because the truth is that perfect people only perform. Whole people stay in tough situations. Perfect people are out to impress, while a whole person will show up and keep showing up. A perfect person wants to shine and show everyone their perfection. But a whole person will integrate themselves into your life, into your mess. A perfect person is demanding, while a whole person will partner with you and hold your hand through it all. If you're a survivor of chaos, you're probably not looking for perfection. You're looking for someone who can hold you, who can hold your reality without flinching. So once again, remember to rebuild trust through reflective lament. Name your wound, express it honestly in writing or in prayer. Recall God's faithfulness, and also declare one sentence of trust. Say something like, God, I'm afraid, but I choose to bring this pain to you and trust you with it. Speak it out loud. Even just whispering it is powerful. Repeat it daily as you need to. Also, do remember that healing is linear. Fear and anxiety will appear as you take these steps in your journey. Peace might feel unfamiliar, but when we can relax our inner child, rest our parent self, and soften our protector, we open the door to hope, excitement, and readiness for love. Not because we're perfect, but because we've survived, we've integrated, and we've learned how to receive. That is our power. So as we close, let's pray. Father, I speak healing over every wounded heart. I call courage over every place trust has been broken. I rebuke the spirit of fear. I declare that fear and doubt are shattered in the presence of your perfect love. Help every broken heart to allow lament to become a sacred breach of intimacy with you and with others. Restore every place that feels abandoned or numb. Teach our hearts to trust you and to love again, boldly, fully, without hesitation. In Jesus' mighty, matchless name I pray. Amen. So if this episode resonated, I invite you to reflect on your own survival patterns and inner selves. try the reflection exercise and notice how it feels, how it makes you feel. And if you want to support this work, consider buying me a coffee. Every gesture helps me create more spaces like this for healing. You deserve to be seen and held just as you are. And as always, remember to be kind to the version of you that survived. Bold for the version of you that's becoming as you keep taking one brave step at a time. Until next time, do take